Hi guys, I'm Kenji from Tradveller. So today I'm going to explain to you guys the type of products or the type of market that we can do in cryptocurrency. Let's go. So in cryptocurrency, the first type of product that we can trade is the spot market. Spot market is buying the product at the latest current market price, and the product should be delivered instantly. So imagine we are buying gold. So I'm using gold as an example. So when we are buying gold, we go to a gold shop. So let's say we want to buy the gold. I pay the gold at the latest current market price, and then the gold shop gives me the gold on the spot. So this is what spot it is. So in cryptocurrency, usually those people who are buying it as spot is because they want to keep it as a long-term investment. They are thinking that this asset is going to increase in price in the future. They want to keep it as a long-term investment. So this is why people go to spot market to buy. And spot market itself is also the place where, let's say I have a few BTC with me, I want to sell it. It's the market that I sell it, which is spot market. So now we come to the other ones, which is derivative markets. Under derivative markets, there are 4 types of market that we can do. First one, namely, is futures. Second is a perpetual contract. Third is inverse perpetual contract. And lastly, option. So first, for futures, as the name mentions, future is buying the product at futures. Let me give you an example with a real life analogy. So let's say I'm a construction contractor. I need to buy a lot of steel every month for the construction works. And let's say if I foresee the price of steel is going to increase in next 3 months. Now it's June, by the time recording, let's say, I foresee it to increase by a next 3 months, which is about end of September. And in a sensible manner, I should be buying the steel as much as I have to use now with my supplier, but I don't have so much cash flow now, and I don't have so much space to keep all this steel. So under this condition, I can enter a contract, a futures contract with my supplier, saying that, okay, Mr. Supplier, I'm going to buy 100 tons of steel with you by the end of next 3 months. So I'm going to buy 100 tons of steel by the end of next 3 months at the price of 1,000 per ton. Do you agree? So let's say my supplier agree. Hence, we are having a future contract now. So by the end of this contract, which is the end of September, both of us have to exercise this contract. So if by that time the price of the steel has increased to, let's say, 2,000 per ton, I can buy this 100 ton of steel from my supplier at 1,000 per ton as we have agreed in the contract. So under these situations, I've actually already made 1,000 per ton, because if I don't have this future contract with my supplier, I will have to pay 2,000 per ton, and by the end of September, under this situation, I have actually increased my cost. So this is what future contract is. So in the future contracts, we can do both directions. Meaning if I'm buying a contract, I foresee the price of the products to go up. If I'm selling a future contract, meaning I foresee the price of the product to go down. So other Bitcoins or any other cryptocurrency, we have these future contracts for us to do tradings. Now we have perpetual contract. Perpetual contract, actually it works exactly the same like futures contract, but the only difference is that for a future contract there will be an expiry date. It could be 3 months, 6 months, or maybe a year or difference. So usually by the expiry of the contracts, both parties have to exercise their obligations. Whereas for a perpetual contract, the futures contract will never expire. Meaning if I think the price of Bitcoin will increase for a very long time, I can buy a future contract and holding it for a much longer time until I decide to exit my positions, or if the price moved drastically against me and it was taking into my margin, so I might get liquidated. So this is about perpetual contracts. So now we move to inverse perpetual contract. It works exactly the same as the perpetual contract. The only difference is by the time I'm exiting my position, meaning I am settling my positions, the settlement is going to be settled in the coin, let's say in Bitcoin. So let me give you an example. If under perpetual contract, I'm buying one future contract for Bitcoin at the price of 60,000, and by the time I exit the positions is at 65,000, so I'm making a 5,000 profit there. And usually Bitcoin is being quoted under USD. So this 5,000 means that I'm earning 5,000 USD as profit. However, in inverse perpetual, let's say under the same scenario again, I'm buying at 60 and selling at 65. This 5,000 of profit is not going to be paid to me in USD. It's going to be paid to me in the equivalent amount or equivalent value in Bitcoin, in the coin itself. So this is what the different inverse perpetual compared to perpetual contract. So now let's move on to options. Option is something can get quite complicated with all the terms and this and that. So let me give you a very similar example in terms of insurance, medical insurance. So now, when I'm buying a medical insurance, I'm paying premium to the insurance company every month. So if there's any serious medical condition that's claimable happen to me, the insurance company has to pay the medical fee for me, which is a large sum. Under this scenario, it's actually me and the insurance company betting whether a serious medical condition is going to happen to me or not. If a serious medical condition happen to me, the insurance company is going to pay the medical fee for me. But if there's no serious medical condition happen to me, the insurance company will gain profit by taking the premium from me every month. So this is how it works. Having this idea, we move on to options. So in option, we have two types of option. One is call, one is put. Actually, they work the same, but they are calling for different things. So just now, me and the insurance company is betting whether a serious medical condition happened to me or not. If it happened, they pay the medical fee. So if this not happen, I pay the premium, they make a profit there. So under call option, if I am the buyer of a call options, and if the product of Bitcoin, let's say going up, I'm buying the call option of Bitcoin going up, I'm gaining a profit from the price increment there. But if let's say the price of Bitcoin did not going up, or maybe it going down, and under these situations, I didn't lose much, but I lose the premium that I pay to the option seller, call option seller. So this is the idea of how it works. And for put option is for the other direction, which is sell side. So let's say I'm a put option buyer. If the price of Bitcoin decrease, I'm in profit. But if the price of Bitcoin did not increase, I'm in loss, but the amount I lost is the premium that I paid to the put option seller. And the put option seller is making the profit from the premium they receive either from call option or put option. And in general, this is all the products that we can do in cryptocurrency. And well, this is it, and hope to see you guys in my next video. Ciao, see you, bye.